James Worthy, Hall of Famer, Laker analyst for Spectrum Sportsnet. Big Game James back on the program. Who gave you that nickname, Big Game James?
It was Chick Francis Hearn, the great Laker announcer. During my playoffs in the 80s, my numbers always increase in percentages. So there it is. And I've had that name ever since, I believe, 85, 86.
We were talking about Caitlin Clark getting roughed up in the game this past weekend, and I said it happens to young players. Your rookie year, they want to test you. Now, I know the NBA is different now than it was when you first got there, but did you have that, hey, rookie, this ain't North Carolina?
So I came into the league, number one draft pick. I wasn't arrogant, but I was confident. I came in the Laker training camp, and I was looking around, and I was saying, look, I'm good enough to start here. And I walk in, there's Kareem, Magic, Jamal Wilkes was still with the team, and Norm Nixon was still there. And so Kurt Rambis walked in. And I looked at him, and I said, he had these big glasses on with the duct tape holding them together. He smelled like Ben Gay. He had all these apparatuses on, slow. And I said in my mind, I'm going to get that damn spot. Okay, within 15, 20 minutes of practice, Kurt Rambis showed me what a real power forward was in the NBA. And I had to go sit my ass on that bench for a couple of years because he wasn't having it. Okay, I went from power forward to small forward. So I understand the initiation and how players look at you. It's part of the game. I don't like the blind spot. If you're boxing somebody out or somebody's coming to the cup, I don't like, coming from behind doing something like that. But that is part of the, welcome to the WNBA. It just is.
But every team had an enforcer, it felt like back then, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, most teams, ours was Kurt. Mitch Kupchak came in, started a fight with Akeem Olajuwon in 1986, got him kicked out of the game, but we still lost. Everybody remembers Maurice Lucas. I remember guys like Calvin Nat and Lonnie Shelton, Bill Lambier. They were enforcers. When they came in the game, Greg Kite. When he came into the game, it was going to be a foul. So yeah, they were enforcers for sure.
You're wearing your North Carolina sweatshirt there. Did we
always?
Yeah. When did you know that Michael Jordan was better than you?
Well, I was, in his documentary, I say that, I was better than Michael Jordan for about 3 weeks. It took about 3 weeks for him to, because he always thought out the best, whether it was backgammon, chess, cards. He wanted to know who the best was. So I saw him, come in. And one of the things I think is missing is that you don't have these college coaches anymore that are ripping your egos away immediately. You're going to be a part of this team. And Michael bought into that. And with his talent, Coach Smith just elevated. I tease him a lot, though. He couldn't win another one without me. But I knew he was because he was a late bloomer, Dan. He really had a lot of talent, and then it just surged as he, kept growing and getting older in the NBA.
But that's tough because you're the college player of the year, right?
Yeah. Along with Ralph Sampson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden Mike comes in and you go, okay. And then all of a sudden you go, damn. Okay.
Yeah. I knew he saved us. I knew it was right around the ACC tournament. He started to really, make himself known against Virginia and some of those guys, Lee Raker and Jeff Lamp, those guys. Michael hit some big shots, okay? If you go back and look at that game, when you look at the Georgetown game, we were kind of, losing a little bit. He hit a big left-hand shot over Ewan, one from the corner. And then, of course, the big shot he hit in Georgetown. I had to be the decoy, of course. That's why he was wide open. But yeah, I knew he had it, man.
Yeah. We're talking to James Worthy, the Hall of Famer. I was recalling a conversation we had years ago when you were talking about when Magic hits the sky hook in the Garden and Boston still has one possession left and you have one job to do.
Yeah.
Don't lose sight of Larry Bird.
I failed. I failed.
How
I
did you
failed
lose sight of
miserably.
Larry Bird?
You know, Larry was so smart that I don't know what they ran the play call, but he diagrammed something where Danny Ainge was in the corner, right? So I had Cooper between, me and Danny Ainge. So I was trying to deny Larry Bird. And then when the referee gave him the ball, I realized what was happening, but it was too late. He kept pushing me up a little bit, and then Danny Ainge cleared out, and that whole side was open. And when that ball was in the air, I was like, I'd already thrown the ball away in game 2 in 1984. And now I'm thinking, what a defensive dummy allowed him to get the ball. He saw me coming. He didn't have much time. And I think he did see me out of his eye, but he doesn't miss that shot. So I just was lucky, very lucky.
How tough was Riley on you guys?
He was tough. It was a time when players would accept the truth, and they would accept where the coach was coming from, criticize. Yeah, we got pissed sometimes, but the video didn't lie. It was old school. Rouse, he prepared us, and he had the team as one. Kareem and Magic started that before I got there. They realized that he was very, very tough, but that's what it took. In the 80s, man, it was hard to get past Utah and Dallas and San Antonio. And Riles kept us, he kept us afloat for many, many years. And, we appreciated it, even when he made the guarantee that, we won in 87 and he guaranteed that. And most of it was hung over that morning. And we were like, what did he just say? But he knew we needed that. He knew because the Lakers had won one championship here and there. He knew that's what we needed. And then that kind of philosophy and, psychiatry worked with us.
Who's the best player in the NBA right now? I'll give you the number one pick.
Who's the best player in the NBA right now? I would have to say Jokic, the Joker. I'm sorry, the Joker from Denver, 3-time MVP. He's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, all wound in one. He can do it all, and what he does most of all, and besides his individual play, he makes his teammates so much better with his passion and ability. He's a people mover. He just puts his hands up and he moves people out of the way, and before you know it, he's in a threat area. And I have not seen a touch like that since Kareem. He doesn't have a sky hook, but he has a jump hook. And if the ball touches the rim, it's usually going in. So I think I like his attitude, his preparation, his teamwork, ability to get his team gathered.
You're an analyst for Spectrum Sportsnet with the Lakers, so I'm curious about this, that if the Lakers, they're keeping their 17th overall pick in the first round, that the Pelicans decline taking that because the draft is better next year. Could you see a scenario, James, where the Lakers use the 17th overall pick on Bronny James?
Yeah, I could. I know, unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, but it's just the way the league has grown, the trend of what's happening, social media, load management, there's so much going on. And I think LeBron stands in the same as like Griffin Sr. and Griffin Jr., Gordie Howe and his sons. He wants to get it done, even if it's just for a week. So I could see them, maybe bid on the Laker team or the G League, and then there's a big national game coming up in a couple of weeks. They'll pull him up, and there you'll have it.
Oh.
Son and father playing. So yeah, I mean, Bronny's got a lot to prove. I think, I think his combine was pretty good. So we'll see. It's 6-1. It'll be a challenge, but it could be done. We've seen others.
Did you ever exchange jerseys with players when you were playing?
No. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't ask for nothing and didn't give nothing away. No.
Did you later in life, did you ask for like a Isaiah jersey or a Bird jersey or Jordan jersey?
No. Nah, I think I took a pair of Michael's UNC practice jersey somewhere, but that was college. Nah, just I probably donated more stuff like an all-star jersey to a charity than I've asked for anything.
Do you ever
I've
want?
asked other guys to donate. I've asked other guys to help donate to a cause, but not personally.
You ever wonder what your career life would have been like if you had gone to the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah. And I talk about that a lot because had Ralph Sampson decided to forego his senior year, Ralph would have gone first. Dominic probably would have gone second. Terry Cummings would have been, and I probably would have stayed my senior year and tried to get another championship. So, I mean, you never know how it would have gone. Cleveland had some really good teams. It was just because of Michael Jordan that they didn't advance. So it might have been, if they'd have had me to guard Michael, they might have advanced to the finals.
So you would have been the Jordan stopper?
I locked him up. Yeah, I would have locked him. Because you got to be verbal with Michael. You got to be verbal. You got to talk. You got to talk trash, and you can't get in his head, but you got to make it fun. I don't know if I'd have stopped him, but with a few hard fouls.
Yeah, but I don't want to upset him though, James. It feels like if you're like Bird, I would never want to start talking trash with some of these guys. It seemed to make them better.
Got to meet force with force. Two of the biggest trash talkers in the league. Why not? If they're doing it, you're going to get your ass busted anyway. You might as well get it busted going down talking some trash. I'm going to win one of the vitals. I'm going to win trash talking or something.
Wait, I would think Bird would have respect for you, that he wouldn't give you grief.
He never talked a lot to me because he knew I brought the thunder. I brought the pain. I had to guard him. I had to guard him up until like fourth quarter, and then we turned it over to Michael Cooper. But I got many clips of me waxing Maxwell and Bird and ducking. I mean, yeah, he didn't say a lot to me. Yeah. I was the guy you didn't want to get ticked off.
Look at you. You're too nice a guy.
I say, when you're 63, you talk trash.
Yeah,
you talk more of it. So that's all I got.
Great to catch up with you again. Thanks for joining us as always, James.
You got it, Dad. Good to see you, brother.
That's James Worthy, Hall of Famer and Laker analyst for Spectrum Sportsnet.